Mike, we are live. I just started the stream.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not sure if I can see I can see
He
myself
just
here.
he just did.
That is so funny. I haven't finished setting up my Mac for this, but whatever then.
Okay. How about Twitter? I don't see us on Twitter yet. We are on
I'm
Twitter as well. Okay, awesome.
Are we streaming on Twitter?
Yes. Not
Or
in the spaces though.
X?
In just in the post.
Why are we not on Spaces?
yeah. This is
Okay.
this is what we started with, the original idea, right?
Yeah, but but this is what happens when you schedule those things with Łukasz. He's just going, full setup with the StreamYard and
This is actually
the
my first
video.
time streaming ever. So I'm gonna make a photo of us.
You could just make a screenshot, by the way.
No, no,
That
no.
that would work.
I need to brag
Yeah.
about my setup. I have like 4 monitors and
Okay, that's so cool. So I
Yeah.
guess is the idea that we'll see comments from all the platforms in the chat. Is
I
that how this
see a
works?
comment from X and I see a comment from
That is pretty sick.
YouTube.
Oh yeah,
So
there is something.
That is
great.
pretty sick. Cool.
Kuba Urban.
Look, I
I
can
know.
do
I know this guy.
Nice.
What?
I know this guy too. Oh, you can actually show it on the screen. Cool.
Yeah.
So, guys, while we wait for some people to gather, I can tell you that I'm still at the office, as you can see, and I just finished this 6 hours long meeting, and I entered the kitchen. There is it smells like you are in Zakopane. So it smells, you can smell alcohol, you can smell wine,
And
there
those
are
the
lights. And turns out the team is dressing the Christmas tree, and this is the vibe. So I can't join them. I'm stuck in this small room.
Nah,
You know what?
I hope that you joined them.
I actually am at the office
You
as
don't know
well.
what's this,
This is my office and I just went to the kitchen as well. I got a holiday present from Callstack. Did you get those already?
Oh, I get this. The advent calendar of
Yeah,
things.
I ate 3 jars already.
I unpacked 5 and ate none.
Yeah, really.
So-
I got it today, but I thought it was for everybody. So I never opened it, and then somebody told me, "Hey, this is for you, especially for you." And I'm like, "Okay, good to know." Otherwise, I would have left it. So,
Yeah, it's pretty heavy.
all right. I mean,
yeah,
I'm trying to
actually,
get
I was-
shredded. So
I was thinking we are getting some booze, like actually like some drinks for each day, not just with nut cream.
I mean,
that time is
wouldn't-
long gone.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, I mean, if I think you, Mike, you may remember very early days when there was alcohol here and there, and it is got on purpose.
Yeah. I
We
mean,
had so much fun.
I joined not in the very early days. I heard some stories about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
but
You know
I-
what's funny? We're live together with Kent. Kent is also live right now.
Yeah,
He just went
I know.
live, so I'm like, maybe we can all join him and be like, stream his stream into this stream. That would be pretty sick. But
Yeah, that would be cool.
let's
You're
not
gonna
steal
be.
the show.
I mean, you're gonna be live sharing, so you can stream his stream.
Yeah, that's the commentary stuff. Okay, so I see on Twitter we have 46 people, which is pretty sick. So maybe we start rolling, because otherwise,
Yeah, we have
it's
17
all about the
total.
attention these days.
Don't we
Is
have
it?
everyone's attention talking about the booze and like early days at Callstack?
True. I mean,
I mean,
I'm
this is-
happy to answer a few more questions if you want to do a little bit of an energizer.
Actually, let's jump into it. Let's jump into it and let's introduce what are we doing today. We decided to start some streaming, some light-hearted discussion, laughs, etc. We don't have any agenda. I don't have any notes.
This is super unscripted.
Life is our agenda today.
But we do have a title of the stream. So I named it Callstack OSS Livestream. So I guess we're going to talk about open source.
Yeah.
Sounds like nice cue, Łukasz. I like the sneaky marketing right there.
So, like, while we're talking about early days at Callstack, maybe you can share some like ideas from the first years from Callstack, some open source libraries that you started, Mike started, anyone at Callstack started a few years ago.
I don't know if this is a story of a library, but it is a story how I met Mike. I don't know actually how we met, so maybe you can help me here. But I remember, or maybe I don't, because the older I get, the more of these stories I just realize I'm
Let's
making
go
up.
with it. Let's roll.
But I think we met in the shopping mall in Krakow,
Yeah.
in
Costa
Costa
Coffee, I think.
Costa Costa
Yeah.
Coffee, right? And then that's how I uh, convinced Mike to join me, because I found him, I guess, on Twitter, or I don't know how, but when I realized he was a core contributor to Jest, I was like, I want to work with this guy, because we were building something special and we wanted to work with special people, and it wasn't every day you would meet somebody who would be a core contributor to some big project, or any project typically. And he was one of these core contributors, so we met, and looks like I was good at convincing him, because very early stage he said this, that it is very healthy for every engineer to change his job every 2 years, and I
That
commit
was six
myself to
years
doing
ago.
so.
Yeah.
And 6 years
Yeah.
6 years later he is still here, so something
Yeah.
went wrong, clearly.
Yeah,
Mike, you are
definitely.
living, Mike Pieszchała, you are living unhealthy life right now. You stayed for 6 years in one company.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, what's wrong with me, even? So what have I become here? So yeah, but joking aside, I remember the story pretty similarly. Although I think like after some time of working in a previous company, I was just looking for some opportunities, and I've seen like job offer from Callstack. I'm like, Callstack, what is it? What is it? Like they say there is this Mike guy, and I'm looking. Oh, he's releasing React Native. That's cool. That's something nice. I think I've seen it on my Twitter timeline. So yeah, this is the person I want to work with. And that just happened. I also remember that we wanted to. We had like soft arrangement that I'm gonna spend 50% time on projects, 50% on open source. That never happened.
There was another arrangement we had, that you were planning to move to Wrocław, and that never
Yeah.
happened too.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. I remember this conversation, so I consider it even out.
okay.
Yeah, but I remember email from Anna, who was CEO back then, and the title was when are you moving to Wrocław? I'm like, oh shit, this is getting real.
It's so funny. It's so funny because the way you described it, it sounds like Anna was doing some sort of Elon Musk type of move with this type of email. But I don't think it was that kind of a rough message though. But it's still funny.
It was more or less this is how I remember it, right? This
Yeah,
is the
yeah, I
version
know,
of
I
it.
know, right? Let's agree. Let's agree it is this way. But yeah, I mean, clearly, if two engineers meet and they're very passionate about a specific open source project, you don't have to worry about anything like management and whatever. We are excited about where we work, and you know, looks like this is what keeps us. I mean, kept you for 6 years, kept me for 6, and then after 2 years made me come back as well. So there might be something in it, I guess.
Yeah, do you
So
want to
actually,
share something about your comeback?
What do you want to know?
what made you come back? Yeah.
I just
What's
missed you. I just missed you guys. That's
awesome?
the yeah. I don't know. I do know, but I think I mean there is something about this community and React Native specifically. I mean, I don't want to be boring here with like, what it's like when you work all the time for 6 years and then you burn out. But um, after 2 years being outside of the community, I think I realized that I love so many things about React Native that it is the place where I want to be, and I feel pretty good at it. So I guess that's it.
Yeah, it's pretty special community,
Yeah.
to be honest. It's very weird, quirky, I would say. I love it. So same. It's there's always an opportunity to do something crazy here.
Okay,
And
let's
something new.
tune down the nostalgia, guys. Okay,
Yeah,
let's like focus on the
Hmm.
future and
yeah.
Okay.
About the new things.
let's talk about the new things. Is it
I mean,
easier
sorry.
now?
We should do a live stream next time where we actually talk about all the different libraries we did in the past. I think this would be pretty cool, especially the killed projects. There are a few in public archive that Mike P, I think, archived as well, or maybe it was me. I don't know. Anyway, there is something to talk about for later
But
as well.
that was my freaking question, right? Like I asked the question, can you share some of the libraries that you started like 6 years ago?
Yeah,
And
we
my
didn't
follow-up
answer.
to that would be, was it easier in the early days to develop some new libraries, some new tools, some new bridgings from like native to React Native? Or is it easier now with like AI and Cursor and so on?
Honestly, like AI aside, you know what's funny? I don't think I had that many ideas for libraries back then. And I've been asking myself this question: is it something about this time of the year that is just much easier to build libraries, or it's that I don't have those distractions that I had, and I just have more in my brain? I don't know, but it is clearly easier to ship, at least for me now. And it's not because of AI. It's just that I have like 15 ideas in my backlog, and today I added 5. So I don't know if I can swear here, but I have a problem for sure.
I think
Yeah.
we are allowed some swearing. Like this is our like we're taking over the Twitter and YouTube, so let's just do
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
This is
But
Yeah.
life.
I
This
just
is
ladies,
wanted
only
to
like
I just wanted to say I'm fucked. That's it. Now I have to deliver. But yeah, I don't know. What about you guys?
but like I feel like in early days we were missing a lot of native functionality, and I just built some bridges. I just like bridge the uh, Apple Health and Google Fit
Mm.
to some like kind of package, and then like I created some kind of this very easy things, just doing the documentation from React Dev, and like yeah,
no,
that
so
worked.
cool.
And these opportunities are long gone because like everything is bridged already, and like Expo gives you a lot of those out of the box. So like
Dude, there's so much to build.
You know what? When I retire one day and I can still code, I will just keep building stupid stuff like MS DOS and JS and stuff.
cool, yeah.
But I
So
guess I guess answer we should maybe answer your question. I already said my part. So Mike, maybe you want to share. I know you are cooking things as well. So
Yeah,
what does it look like on your side?
yeah. So I would say that it's it's not easier or harder to do a open source project today versus 5 6 years ago. It's just different, and I think it requires also a different set of skills. So I think and that's mostly because of where React Native, React ecosystems are today. So 6 years ago, we had shortage of testing tools. We have shortage of like things that were either on a native side of things, and also on the JavaScript side, or porting web stuff to mobile. Today we have bridged a lot of gaps. We also have new architecture. We have bridgeless, and we have those new tools that core React Native introduced, and like they introduced us to C++, which opened another kind of worms, I would say. So
Yeah.
so there's plenty of stuff to build related to newest features in React, like server components is something that Expo is trying to ship in production for a year, and it's still not there, production ready. I really hope
it's in
they
developer
can.
preview.
Yeah, it's usable, but it's still not there. And Expo is like the only platform yet that could achieve this kind of experience, because they own, let's say, own bundler, this Metro with some.
Yeah, I think it's much easier for them to go web, right? Than it would be for them to go mobile if they were on web. because they have the infrastructure already, right? So it's just connecting the pieces together. It's actually a very nice journey, the way I look at it.
Yeah, and also like apart from the new React things, there is there are C++ things, and now we're discovering that hey, C++ developers are there, and they are using some tools that were known to them for 10 or 20 years, whatever. So we're like in this yeah, we're in this era of bringing not that much of JavaScript web tools into React Native, but C++ and cross-platform web ideas into React Native.
Yeah,
So
to be honest with you, I am positively surprised and excited at the same time how many different native languages are we overlapping with these days.
oh yeah, and AI is super helpful with that.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I've been using Cursor, and it's awesome if you work with, like 5 different languages. And what's funny is that I can write my implementation in Swift, and then I can be like, I just need this on Android, and it's done. I mean, I wouldn't say it's like that's not how I created my libraries. Just for the record, we're gonna maybe do a public code review of them anyway. But yes, I have to agree with Cran on the chat that one of the languages that I started looking at lately is Rust, and I do love it. Rust, Zig as well, and maybe Haskell. There's something.
So what do you actually use those languages for?
Oh
Is
man,
mean,
I'm a
in
mad
Rust?
scientist. You should ask Anita what I do after work. I just hack till 2 a.m. with eyes like this, and I always use some crazy stupid stuff.
yeah,
I think
I would say that Rust and Haskell are there so you can either compile them to C with something,
Yeah.
or you can compile them to WASM and maybe them to C. Which brings me to one of the projects that we were working on actually. And is it?
I wonder if we
possible?
can leak this project on live chat. I've seen Robert in the chat, and he's been super skeptical about like showing any work because he's like super into it, But maybe if he gives us permission, we can.
I think I've seen it leaked on the React this week in React newsletter.
Okay,
Already.
Łukasz, can you share something I sent you? Because if we are speaking about WASM,
Are you throwing me under the bus right
there is
now?
one thing that I've been checking, and that's what Kran actually said on the chat. When I realized that we can actually run any language with WebAssembly module system that we are cooking, my first idea was COBOL. And you would be asking myself, why the hell would I use it? And then there is this project by
Mike,
this.
you said you sent me something, and I don't see anything.
I am sending this right now.
Okay.
Should I send it in the private chat here, or maybe?
I'm not sure it's that private,
Okay, I'll just send it. I'll just send it on Slack, so maybe you can put it on the screen. We should get this setup sorted for the next time, but my screen is not shareable yet. So
Yeah.
okay.
Please.
I need some time to do that as well.
Ah.
Okay.
So when I realized that this language was actually possible to run in a WebAssembly system, I decided to write Fibonacci, and I have to say it is quite special.
Did you use recursion or for loops?
I don't even know how to describe this paradigm in COBOL. I don't know what it is. I don't think it's. Well, I'll send another link to Łukasz so he can show it as well.
Sorry, I'm struggling with this. I'm trying to.
Okay, so maybe I'll present it.
What's the link? Okay, I can see
it's on. Yeah. I hope we do have this new scene where you can put the screen on the middle, in the center, and us on the side.
I don't know. Łukasz will know.
Yeah, he's the marketing type of person here, running
he's
podcasts
like
and
podcast master here.
Yeah,
famous smart guys.
We believe you. We believe in you, Łukasz.
Okay, I have it now.
You're gonna make it.
I'm sharing the screen. Just one tap. No, I have to share the entire screen. Which is this one? Okay.
Yeah, this is like a classic.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, wait for me. I'm setting up my screen.
Zoom in.
Give me a second. Oh yeah.
Well, I
So
told you guys that I'm gonna require you to share.
okay, but you're the host, so be it.
Oh
So now tell me, why the heck Cloudflare lets you run COBOL in a web worker? That's the question.
yeah. Maybe the other way to frame it is why not?
Yeah, I guess so. So you can use this. I mean, this is highly experimental, and actually, I was not able to run it, but I'll do it one day. You can compile COBOL to C, and then from C to WASM, and then you can run it with our WebAssembly system. So I would say, if you would ask me why should I do it, I would say why not. But it's just beautiful how we can start connecting those pieces together, right? And then it's just the beginning of a bigger picture. This is fun, but there's way more use cases for this, of course.
Okay, so for it to run on mobile, it will compile from COBOL to C to WebAssembly to C back again, and statically link on the mobile.
I'm not entirely
how,
sure if that's
how
the
can
journey.
We write, how can we run WebAssembly on mobile again? I think I missed that part.
Oh yeah, this is the upcoming.
This is a
see,
super
Łukasz,
secret
that's great.
project.
Yeah, exactly. That's the super secret project we have, which is a one of the projects that we're working on. Robert is working on it. It will let you run WebAssembly in React Native with no interpretation. So it's a very nice system with little overhead. So if you have a WebAssembly module that, I don't know, maybe you run on web, you can run it on mobile as well.
Yeah, I mean, we actually have a project where we are running it on mobile in a benchmark. I think early benchmarks are showing like 5 to 30% overhead on top of regular code. So it's like more or less as expected.
Yeah, we need to make this faster, because I already told Mark that I'm better C++ programmer than he is. And last time I wanted the racing track, I was faster. And I know that first thing he will do a very, very, very deep code review of our code. So we have to make sure that this is faster somehow, which we will anyway. It's
Yeah,
something, I guess.
I mean, another like challenge because there are some upsides and downsides to WebAssembly. Like definite upside is that once you have a module compiled to WASM, you can run it in the web browser, and with this new library, without like any other efforts, or almost like you won't need to like rewrite anything. You will be able to run it on mobile without like dynamically interpreting it. So Apple can do. I mean, it's just native code on your application, so there's no interpretation there. So it's great from that regard. So you'd have like free port or almost free porting of a WASM module, not only to web but also to any mobile device supporting React Native, at least iOS and Android for now. But one of the problems with WebAssembly currently, at least, is that it's single-threaded. So the compiled output will also be single-threaded. But I guess there could be a ways to simulate some kind of web worker or adjust the output C code that's there to add extra threading to it.
Can I just stop you for a minute? So we are talking about WebAssembly modules for React Native. That would be like the same kind of code to run on web and on mobile at the same time. What are the use cases? Because I don't think when you say WebAssembly, you're not talking about like the view layer of WebAssembly. You're talking more about like the functionality. So what would be the use cases for it?
Mike, you want to go here?
I can say this is a very good question, and there is quite a few answers. And because I have another project in mind, I would say that use case is pretty much solved by this other project. One of the things that I would definitely say is a huge benefit is that if you have a WebAssembly module compiled, you can run it on both platforms, and say there is a Postgres database compiled to WebAssembly. If your environment does support it, that's how you can bring it to mobile and maybe share that logic. However, if we look beyond this, you could say that you can run any language with React Native now because of the WebAssembly support. However, this is not really that optimal. And for that one, there is another project that we are sort of looking at and working on, which will let you run pretty much any native language inside React Native without any overhead. And for that one, there is a very nice PR that is waiting to be merged into Hermes. And even though it is a work in progress, there is a experiment to get it running as well. And it is a project in which you can use an API from Node to sort of use it as a binding layer between React native code and any native module. So the idea is that if you can compile any language, say to C, and use a stable ABI infrastructure, then you can sort of put it into React Native and just make it work out of the box.
So using Node API.
Yeah, it has stable ABI. It's not changing.
Yeah.
And so the beauty of that is that it can be supported by many different environments, right? It is something that we cannot rely on. So we wouldn't have those problems that we had with Nitro, where in Fast.io we had to, bump it to 0.18, recompile everything, regenerate native files. It is because everything's different. So we have to maintain very strict sort of dependency correlation between the module system and the native code. And if we use something that has stable layer, we don't really have to do that because that does not change. So this is really exciting because we can pull different pieces from different languages. And what I'm particularly excited about, and I haven't finished the POC yet, but it's been somewhat on my agenda, is getting pieces of Mozilla browser engine running in React Native, so we can get something like streaming work out of the box without having to rewrite it. And right now, when I was creating stream support for Fast.io, I had to write it in C++, which is okay, but we write it manually. Native script writes it manually. Somebody else writes it manually, and we do it like 5 times, or maybe even don't. And if we can pull that piece from somewhere else, particularly an open source project, and maybe even support that open source project, that is super awesome. So I know it's a second topic, but the thing is,
I think it's a bunch of second topics. I think it's a bunch of digressions on top of digressions. I lost my track if we're still talking about WebAssembly or we are talking about something completely.
Yeah, you were asking me about the use case, but I just wanted to say that use case was the use case that I had in mind, and it did counterbalance. It is counterbalanced by the other project. So, Mike, since you mentioned we have this working in production, maybe you can give some insights. Why did we even created that in first place?
Yeah. So there is this project. It's open source project, so you can check it on GitHub, Infinite Reality, where they have this engine for mobile games. I think it can support iOS, Android, and some VRs. But they were specifically interested in iOS modules and like porting the web experience that they have compiled from probably C++ to WebAssembly that runs on the web, and they wanted to port some of the modules to the iOS devices, basically. And we had so our task was to either write C++ turbo module for 3 of those modules that we had to migrate, or reuse the WebAssembly ones that were already there. And if there was a way for React Native to compile them and consume in an application, then we could do it basically for free, right? Because so we decided that we're gonna do both, basically, and they were pretty supportive on that as well. So we had one track of Robert experimenting with compiling WebAssembly to see there are some projects to do that, and then to have iOS project consume that. And on the other track, we had a developer working on regular C++ turbo modules, and implementing those turbo modules is in a new project that's like not very much well suited for open source consumption, etc., etc. Took us like a couple of weeks to go for this single project, and for a single library, and then for another one. And on the other stream with the WASM, once we had that support for one module, we could, like, in constant time, let's say a day or so, I don't know, port those WASM modules in, almost in no time, compared to the regular C++ turbo modules. Although the performance characteristic was different, and we wanted to get to know, it was probably different. We wanted to get to know what are the differences. So what we uncovered is parallelization. That's the biggest one. But if you have a product that uses WASM modules, and one of those was using Rust, so it wasn't like as easy to port Rust code to C++ than to a turbo module on iOS. So when you have a product that is using many WASM modules and it's working on the web, you want to expand to mobile audiences, this package could allow you to launch your product in a couple of days instead of a couple of months. So that's like faster time to market, and then you can, if the performance characteristic is good enough to ship it to the users, then you can ship it and gradually replace some of the slower parts with actual C++ modules for extra performance, if they require even parallelization. Because
so I think it really boils down to, Łukasz, just expanding the cross-platform spectrum of solutions.
I get that.
That's what it is.
Mike Pierzchała, so you mentioned there is an open source project that already used that, right? Can you just write it in the comments there? So not any.
I don't know. Like, we open source it because the client wasn't how to frame it.
It's now like, you cornered yourself into a situation.
It's okay to them, but I'm not gonna link to anything specific. You can Google that.
Okay. But so the project that uses the WASM React Native is open
exists,
source,
and I believe it's open source already.
Yeah, let's keep it for the curious minds. Łukasz, so how about you share your screen now, and maybe you try to get started. Try to get started with the my latest child, which is the AI tool, and then I'm curious to see if it breaks for you. And
so actually,
while you do that, I can ask you all a question. How what do you think the name comes from, Kali?
From Kali Cartel. From Narcos, Netflix.
Oh wow! I mean, I can't officially deny that statement.
How much did we pay them to license the name from Kali Cartel?
See, it was the dedicated line through a first circle degree relationship on LinkedIn that opened that name. But no, the reality is that the name is different. Let me check if I can actually. I deleted it, unfortunately. But the name, Mike, you have any guesses? Unless it's the thing that I told everybody.
Yeah, I think I've seen some internal message or a former GitHub repo name, which was CLI AI or something like
Was
this.
it like, yeah? So yes, you spoiled it already.
Yeah.
It is look, if you write CLI and AI, initially it was CLI, you know what I mean? But then my friend told me, something wrong about this name, and I said, yeah, maybe hard to read.
Let's
And
drop the D.
yeah, so we ended up reshuffling the words. But it's like, if you remember this Lord Voldemort type of thing from Harry Potter second edition, the Chamber of Secrets. That was the idea. So it's a play of words, and I consider myself very creative.
All right, all right. Yeah, I wouldn't expect that, but the Harry Potter crossover here. But yeah, I get it.
So, just a few words of introduction. I've read something about Kali. I've never used it, even though it's public for like 2 or 3 weeks. I don't have it installed on my machine, so you have to
Let's go.
spell out every letter for me, and let's just play with it. Let's just
Can
play
you
with
can
it
you
for a
make
bit.
the font bigger?
I actually
Yeah,
can't,
try
because
Command Plus. Maybe that
if
would
I do
work.
Command Plus, it just resizes the whole window, but like the window here is the same.
Yeah, thank you. Accessibility. Use
Oh,
iTerm.
I can do this. I can resize
Oh,
myself.
nice.
How about now?
Okay, this is good.
What should I do, Mike?
NPX, my friend.
Okay,
Kali.
don't shout.
Oh,
Come
sorry.
on.
Sorry. NPX, Kali.
Sorry,
And
maybe let's do this.
oh my god. NPX Kali. No,
Yeah.
no, just
Would
make
it
it
work?
lowercase. Just
Should
make
I
it
do this?
lowercase.
Okay. Should I just press enter now?
No, at latest.
Oh yeah, this weird NPX thing.
Is that all? Can you link to the docs or something?
Yeah, just
I'm
press
just
enter.
gonna
enter. We'll
Yeah.
see.
That's it.
Do I want to install this package? It's not even production ready. It starts
Let's
with
go.
O and not 1.
It's all free.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's do this.
I don't know if this is going to work. If it's not gonna
I must tell
work.
you, I have a lot of garbage on my in
Oh,
my
it-
development environment.
it did run, but it's so bad that it. Can you just kill the process and let's start all over?
Okay, how do I do that?
Oh, this is a bug. I haven't pushed it, so you're. Okay. Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
pressing
It's
Control C.
it is fixed. It is fixed on main.
Yeah.
If you want, I can share my screen, but
Go ahead, go ahead. I feel much more comfortable with that. But it's been fun. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. That was the live
Okay.
stream.
Okay, let me do it.
We spare you
It is a
showing your OpenAI key.
it is a very annoying bug, actually. So present. Can I share screen? I'm going to explicitly just share the hyperterminal.
Okay.
All right. Can you see this?
Yeah.
I can
Yep.
see it. Okay. So basically, I do think I have it. Yeah. I'm just gonna start it from source. I hope this is working because I did have some stuff. So I do have the OpenAI key already. However, I have to say
It's React Native Community CLI.
oh, true. I'm still living the old days. So what I was saying is that I fixed the OpenAI bug anyway, but there's been a few improvements. I'll show you later. So basically, you can pretty much talk anything to this chat. It's pretty interesting how this group gets out of control real quick. But what are the things you can do? And I hope this is going to work because I've been messing around with this. So pretty much, we have everything that is available to do out of the box. But you don't have to do it this way. You can also be very explicit. But let's say we tell it to do React Native development, and then we have a few things we can do. So we can build and run the app on a simulator, for example. And if you select it, it will get your config. It has some issues getting the config, which is probably the problem with where I am.
Oh, so ask it what's the issue with React Native?
Yeah, let me. Oh my god. I think I will just check out force to main and just pull latest and just scrap my changes because that is probably what's wrong here. All right. See,
That's
this is the
same issue.
It is not, because it is funny. I actually misspelled the. It is funny when you do this live stream, things go wrong. As you can see, there is OpenAI key 2A. I don't know how this happened, but it should not happen. So 1 second, I will.
Typos happen.
No, it was on purpose because I was testing this flow and then I forgot to actually uncommit it. So I will check out the branch real quick.
Mike, don't forget that like you are supposed to release some library today as well on this on the same.
Come on.
So you can
stream.
clearly
One thing
see
at
I
a
have
time.
issues here. Okay, what are the things you can do? So let's say.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
different this time.
It is because I've been messing around with it, and this one is broken actually.
Okay.
Because we're not on main, but it will be much better. Start a simulator. So when we say it this way, it should actually. Why it does not get the config? Are we in the right folder?
Do you have iOS?
You don't have
folder?
a folder?
Looks
No,
like
you
it.
have.
Oh, it's there.
Yeah.
It is interesting. It is
do you
so
have-
it is so annoying because it's been working for me the whole day up
Yeah.
until it stopped working.
These are live demos.
I mean, this is so annoying, but
Yeah.
maybe if I can, if you guys can keep talking, and I will just console log what is going on here.
We can.
Yeah,
I
sure,
can actually say something. I know, Mike, that you want to show something that is working instead of actually delivering on the promise that you promised people like yesterday on Twitter about releasing new library.
I mean,
And
if you didn't say it, it would be very likely that people already forgot. But
No,
now,
I don't
since you
think
said
so.
it, I have a problem now.
So do you have the npm install run? I see node modules, but maybe there is some.
No,
some
let's we will see again. Start React Native app. I
Do
guess
the typos in the prompt. Maybe it will just start.
I wish it was telling me what is the issue. Seems to be an issue with the React Native CLI installation. Would you like to check? Maybe I don't have npm installed. I wish it was printing the message.
ask it to install dependencies.
This should work.
npm packages.
What?
Oh, see, we're not having good time today.
Thank you.
Okay. Oh, I think I know. Is that the Node version? No.
23. Oh,
What does
you're
this message say?
not empty.
Maybe let's just remove Node modules and reinstall. Is that what happens?
Did you? No, I haven't seen that. Looks like some weird.
Yeah, like what's up with this one? Common.js module, user local node modules, debug, source Node.js is loading AES module using require.
Supports color. Yeah. Is Kali a ES module code base?
It is.
Yeah, maybe you're using a dependency that's not ESM compatible. Plus Node 23, I think they have some experimental setup
Okay,
for
we're
required.
back. We're back in the game. We're back in the game.
Okay.
So let's start the new flow. Okay. Start up a simulator. So we're just not going to tell it what kind of simulator to start up. It should first ask us for the platform. So let's go for iOS, and then
You picked the easiest one, right?
yes, of course, the lucky path. And as you can see, it is very responsive. It is doing some work, which is nice. And then we can choose the simulator. So I don't know, maybe iPhone 16. Nothing's running, so
Yeah.
it booted, but you cannot see it. So now we can continue, or we can start a new session. So if I clean this session, when I say run app on this simulator, it will not know which one I am at. So which simulator is now running? If we do it this way, it should.
It should figure out.
I mean, it will figure because it will actually call the tool. As far as I'm aware, yeah, it's gonna check it. Yeah. So it is real. What sim did you just run? If we ask it this way, yeah, it just started. But see, now we clean the session, and now
What
it
do
will.
you mean clean the session? Like
We
what-
start a new discussion, so the context window is cleaned up.
How? How do you actually do that there?
I just reset the array behind the scenes. You see, the first message was, "What do you want to do next?" Right? It's a very bad UX. And then this was today. So when it says next, we are in a session. But when it says today, it's starting a new session.
It's confusing though, because like
I know.
this is like prompt. It's asking you, and then it's asking you, and you didn't do anything in between.
I did. I pressed Control C.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess there's like a debugger flow.
And
yes.
then when you press Control C, it doesn't kill the process. It just exits the session.
Yeah. So we can also find a Blur library, and it will probably for React Native, yes, for React Native. And if you are more specific, it will actually ask you less. But if you are not that specific, it will walk you over. So
Oh wow. Which one is the correct one?
Yeah, let's ask them. Let's ask it about the rating on GitHub.
Okay. So find all Blur libraries for React Native in RN directory. Not the right now directory. See, some issues there. Find a Blur library for React Native in the React Native directory. Some edge cases for sure.
Oh.
The problem, for example, here is that when we say directory, it will find a React Native library. It will try looking in the file system. Blur background. Hope that does work. Yeah, see, the problem here is that it did not call the tool, but it got this information from its memory. So, yeah, I shouldn't probably use a
ask for alternatives.
Yeah, what are other search for alternatives? This is pretty broken architecture, actually. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So ask which one is most popular.
I think it will be just making this up. Will it run it? Or maybe I removed this tool.
Community Blur. Okay, ask why.
No, this is just going to be embarrassing. But you know what's funny is, okay, maybe if I say list all libraries that Blur background in React Native. Maybe if I use this.
Is this repository public? Can I just post it here in the comments?
Yes, you can, but as you can see, there is not much to be proud of. Actually, I think we will just go to the main branch, because messing around with this was not a good idea. I'm just going to fix the OpenAI.
Look at the link I sent. I sent the link to Callstack Incubator /Kali. Is that the correct one?
I think so.
Can I give this link to people?
Yes, you can. Okay, let's see. This should be good now. Find a Blur library for React Native. Blur. What a question that was. It is making fun of me. It knows we're live streaming.
I mean, ask for Windows support.
Yes.
How would you how would you rate the usefulness of this tool?
It is going to be super useful, but the thing you have to understand is that it is very early stage.
Yeah. So when I was looking at the source code, you can also use it as a library that exposes some of helpers.
Yeah.
And I have a different tool that I'm working on that could use some of those functionalities, and I could see Kali being like a front end to some different
Yeah.
set of tools, or a set of helpers for whatever. So this can be interesting because at some point you could have like a awesome React Native helpers big monorepo, and you could read all of that through some kind of AI agent like Kali.
Yeah, you know what's the problem? The problem here is that, I mean, this is good. You can use the tools. For the front end that I just showed you is another project that I'm working on. This is just a single agentic workflow now, and it clearly has some issues. The biggest issue is for this agent to figure out the right order of tools to call. And I'm going to fix it, but for some reason, trust me, I've been playing around with this the whole day, and it is not working as it was working for the rest of the day. However, like Mike P said, if you are building your own stuff, you can use the tools. And this is the most important part. Like, I'm not trying to build the best AI tool for anything because we can't really compete with people that do it full time, but at least we can build specialized AI tools for them to use. So I think I have to do a follow-up release, follow-up on. I mean, I'm going to commit to this that we will do a follow-up to this live stream in 2 weeks, because next week I'm outside of the country, and then I will show you something that works much better. But if you scroll a bit, few lines lower, Lukasz, you will see that there are standalone packages you can use. So the AI agent is something that we're working on, and I can give you a sneak peek that the feature that I'm planning to finish with proper testing is the upgrading path. Mike, we talked about it.
Yeah, and this is there was this tool from Jamin who was showcasing that at
Yes.
2023 React Native EU called Flame AI.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it will be interesting to see how it, I don't know, compares, or is it any useful?
Yeah, his library was slightly different because it was actually applying the diff. What I'm planning to do, and the problem is that this requires a lot of infrastructure to build. Because if we were actually, guys, you know what's funny? I think this was actually working as desired because we were seeing those blurring libraries, and that was actually real data. What I confused myself with was the fact that I do not display the. Actually, I will share it again. I want to show something so we finish on a good note.
Careful.
Because I feel very bad for showing something that was broken. So
he's really trying not to release that second library.
No. I mean that one I already know that we are too late, but
one live stream for one library.
Exactly. Luke, can you put me on the big screen, please?
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot about my responsibilities as a host.
Yes. So if we go to the demo, here is the thing. If we go to the main, here in the main code, we have this place where I say done. Oh, actually, this is working as desired. It should actually print the tools that it executed. So no, I should uncomment this comment. But what I was saying was something different. What I was saying is that there is so many things that are missing. And what you have to understand, there are a few things. First of all, this is an entirely new paradigm. a paradigm where we have to change entirely the way we think about writing programs. It is something different from, okay, I'm just going to write those if statements and it's going to work. It is different. And you can't really write something that will be like super 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 awesome in like 1 week. It's a process, and it requires learning. Now the problem is we need to build a fully functioning agentic system. There has to, right now it's just a single context. There is prompt, right, and each execution adds to the context. It gets longer with every iteration, so it starts to lose the point. We have to create the whole system. So there has to be a scheduler, which is an agent, and there have to be different smaller specialized agents. Now, there is no framework that does it the way I would like it to work. There is one in Python, but we don't want to use Python for this. And all the other frameworks are super, super hard. Like, honestly, there is no framework right now that you can just pick. And I'm real. Like, just pick it and be like, okay, here are the tools. Here is the task. Run it. There is nothing like this.
I mean,
And so
Mike, maybe it's a skill issue.
it is not. It is not. That space requires. I mean, shouldn't be. Should be as simple as I want to build my agent, and I want to build it with those tools and capabilities, and this is the task that I want to do. And the problem is nothing like that exists. And I'm talking about negotiation between different agents. Like when I ask it for the upgrades, I don't just want to be like, search for the release, search for breaking changes, get the diff. No, this is stupid. What I wanted to do, I have a list of like 25 different things it has to do based on my personal experience and experience of other guys at Callstack. So I wanted to be like us three sitting in the room figuring out the upgrade. That's the kind of system I want to build. And I know the demo I showed is not really giving much hope, but it will get better. It will get better, and next 2 weeks I'll show you what I mean by it. So you can quote me to it.
Yeah, let's schedule. Let's not forget to put this in a tweet that you will do something on the next live stream. So we will definitely do it then.
Yeah.
I mean, let's do it.
This is what happens, right?
I mean, you know.
No, sorry, I'm just joking around. Like,
I mean, we should do it.
This is definitely something big and something experimental, and like
that's what it says. That's why it's in a different branch. But you know what? I think maybe it's even better, to be very honest with you, that it doesn't work. Because the beauty of building in public is that you fail in public and you learn in public. And I've been doing those agents before I came back to Callstack. I actually did 3 different products with AI before even function calling was a thing. And it is a process, and it is very tricky. But I do think I have an idea for it. So just watch the repo. You don't have to start it.
If it works on the first try, people would think it's easy.
The problem is you need the key, right? So the other thing that I want to fix at some point is I want to create something like a free plan, so you don't have to put the key when you start, because this is really shitty experience. Like, we're gonna lose 90% of the people. So we need something easy. And if it works, it will be easier to convince anybody to use it. But now it's for early adapters, for people like you to tell me, okay, these are the questions I ask, and then I can optimize for it. So we need to check it. But I have to check why it is not working as it was. There is probably, the issues like this are very simple. When you say maybe different verb, it's as simple as that, which is so annoying. But that's why I said you have to switch the paradigm. Okay, so you want to switch to another topic before we run out of time?
I'm not sure how much time we have. I
like
have some more time. I can stay. I was hoping you can explain the fast IO. Maybe not release it. Let's not dwell on that question for too long. But maybe you can just tell us what it is about.
Yeah. So maybe the maybe I can share the screen actually, and and we can go to the repo and just walk around. I think that one we can do for sure.
Yeah, or you can not talk about it and just release it.
It is actually to be honest with you, it is ready. It is ready. I just have to
It's published.
release it. Yeah, I mean, would it be good for me to run it? Probably. Oh my god, this is not the one I wanted to
this
show. It would be good for me to run it first. But yeah, it is as you can see, the README is ready with nice cars.
Nice GIF.
We
Yes,
even have warnings there. That's great.
Yes, as you can see, that's that is luckily what I feel more confident. Normal traditional coding. So there are a few things in the project: WebSockets, fetch, file system, blob, and streams. It initially started as a WebSocket project, but then I quickly realized early on that I do need a bunch of different features. So I needed to build the blob. When I built the blob, I said, okay, but I need the blob from fetch or maybe from file system. So I also need to build it. And then I wanted to build streams because there is nothing like streaming yet. So I figured this would be pretty cool. So, I mean, the project is pretty simple. The API, oh, this is the wrong link. This is the API spec. This is the one I wanted to click. The API is very simple. It is exactly just like on the web, and I believe just like on the React Native side. Any questions, guys?
No, it seems pretty straightforward.
I mean, we can release it. Worst case scenario, it will just break.
Yeah,
just click the button.
Just do it.
Yeah.
It's not about clicking the button. You need to npm publish.
Or maybe I should just make the repo.
Oh, it's private repo still.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I was searching for it because I wanted to post the link.
All right.
Danger zone.
This is like this is something I don't like, that there is this notion you're working on it. You start with private repo and you basically assume everyone knows about it, and it turns out, oh, it's not public.
Yeah,
you were working on that for last month or so.
You should not really keep it for too long. The sooner you release it, the better. Okay, so it is ready, and I guess maybe just to
Do you have some celebration sounds on your control?
There's not one. I mean, no. Nice. I mean, this is for the previous one, right?
This is for the Kali.
I hope it is not for the for this one. However, maybe let's go to the playground and let's try running it. I need to find the project. Okay, I haven't checked the latest things because it's been the Oscar has been messing around with it together with Dratfa and some other people. I think Mario also did help. So what would be the best way to run this? Would it be through Xcode? I guess so.
Mike, you're sharing only the browser.
I know, this is on purpose because I'm trying to click all the buttons and make sure nothing shows up here.
So you want to run in a sample project?
Yeah, I'm gonna run the example, but if you have time, I'm just gonna make sure that it works. The problem is I did not really test the release pipeline. I'm using Bob, so I hope that it is properly set up. But to be very honest with you, I've never tried it as a package consumer. So if you want, you could probably pull it, and I could also check if it's going to be linked properly.
I'm cloning it right now.
I mean, cloning will be fine. I guess I should just, do not clone it. Do you have a sample project, preferably with Nitro modules?
No.
Oh, I don't have one.
Yeah, so this is the problem. If you should have had it. If you would have it, that would be much easier. But
Yeah, but you should have it.
Yeah, but we said let's just do the live stream unprepared and let's not have any script. So like this is what it is.
That's
We'll
okay.
do
okay.
that. We'll do that a better. We'll do a better job next
I
time.
mean, if
No,
everything goes
uh,
fine, that's wrong. Okay, so let's publish it. Let's publish it. For that one, I will just share the screen, and I don't know. I mean, if it breaks, that's okay. Maybe you guys can help me with the bugs because I do have a meeting in half an hour. So if things go to hell, I will have a problem. I won't be able to fix it. But it's not that we have too many people. You know what's funny? Have you also noticed that like each time I start this terminal, there is a different person's name in here?
Yes, I saw Bartosz. Yes, it's a Bartosz.
Bartosz MVP is second time at least.
Yeah.
It was
So,
Anna before, and I was like, I'm not Anna, I'm Mike. So
no,
like,
you got a loaner.
uh, okay. So let's see. Is the Xcode starting? It is starting.
Yeah, it's gonna take a while.
I mean, I do have build issue, which is interesting. And
Yeah,
it's not
so-
my fault this time.
So for anyone interesting, this is like a day from life of a React Native engineer.
Oh yeah.
It looks exactly like this.
I don't know because when I finished working on this project, everything was working, and then
then the
I
demo
know. I have to regenerate native code. Okay, 1 second.
Oh yeah. By the way, how's the build time for Nitro modules compared with Swift interop compared to regular C++ Turbo modules? Is it like noticeably slower?
To be honest, I didn't really notice any difference. I don't really pay that much attention.
Okay.
But
Because iOS builds are so slow anyway. I hope that we'll get to this stable API moment where we will be able to have pre-builds for React Native iOS. But yeah, we're not there yet.
yeah, okay. I'm just gonna share the Xcode screen. It's 7 past 7. I hope it works. I had some issues, but I'm not the last person to make a contribution to this project. It was somebody else. So it was Oscar. Oscar told
Throwing
me.
Oscar under the bus.
Oscar told me
Awesome.
this. Oscar told me this on Monday. Mike, it works. So I do hope he was right.
Yeah, he probably fixed like 3 extra things for you.
Yeah, you know what's funny is how Mark is sneaky marketing by Mark. See this guy here. It has like copyrights for everything in the header, and the C++ namespace for every single code you make is Margelo, and I'm like, that is fine. That is very interesting marketing. I'm not sure what's the situation with the copyrights header though. I mean, if we were shipping this in production to one of our clients and we generated code that has copyrights to somebody from an MIT project, is that okay? I don't know. I'm not a
think
lawyer.
You need to keep the not the contribution, but the mention.
Can I do like this?
But I don't.
Or even better, can I do, maybe ahead of the release?
I think it should be okay to. Yeah, I mean,
Can
this
you
file.
can you
could be-
attribute this to me as well? Because like we are on the same live stream right now.
Uh-huh.
I feel like I've contributed.
Yeah, and I want to be there as well. By StreamYard duck logo. You're not seeing it, but this is like the software that we're using for streaming.
Yeah. So
That's a
we
nice
have like it is building. So hopefully it runs and you can see it. You can see it running.
Oh, great job actually talking over the build time. I haven't even noticed that we are building right now.
Oh, yeah. The problem with the
Great
C++
hosting.
stuff is that it always breaks at the end. But
Classic.
I'm going to start the server just in case this works. so we can have some fun. I need to add some more features to it, like the Node API and maybe pull in some Rust. The problem is I've been way too busy with the AI lately. So maybe I just need to context switch for a while.
There is too little time for too many projects.
Oh yeah. Okay, can you you want to make a bet? It's almost approaching the end. Looks like it is going to compile.
Play the crickets sound.
Yeah.
Not this one.
Please don't
These
do
are
it. I
super
have
loud.
headphones.
I love it. I love it.
Is it stuck on 2388?
No, it's thinking. It's the bundler maybe. I don't have it running though, so yeah, maybe I should start it ahead of time.
Yeah.
Don't worry about
So this is something that we'll prepare for the next stream.
Well, I'm actually like
Mike will.
talking over the bundling. I'm
Yeah.
actually really glad from this live stream. We slowly gathered all more than 400 viewers live, and I don't see anyone dropping after 1 hour.
Because
So,
we
like,
are
that's
so
great.
cool. I mean, just for the record, the Xcode is still running in the background, but I figured we're just gonna talk full screen for a sec. But yeah, I mean, you see, I've been doing those live streams on Twitch for about a half a year, non-tech stuff, but still. And like I told you, what I learned is that the less you prepare, the better. Like, who needs the script? I mean, maybe it feels wrong when you break things in public, but it's part of the journey. I mean, you know, and it does not work. So I guess we have to go live again at some point, maybe fix the issues. So Oscar, I am sorry, but like I initially anticipated on Monday, those issues are not gone. So
Maybe you haven't updated the CocoaPods.
I did, but these are Nitro issues. So I don't even know what's going on here.
Yeah,
Okay,
blame it
so
on Mark.
just blame Mark, and I guess this nice closure to our live stream. Just
Yeah,
failing,
let's wrap it up.
failing to
Let's wrap it
build.
up.
It was hopes versus expectations. But no, I do think that we should really release it because I've been doing this for way too long. So maybe tomorrow, if I have time to fix the issues today, then we should release it. And I don't know if we want to go live again because tomorrow is the Santa Claus day, but I think we have to we should release it and maybe do a light Q&A early next week, so people who came here for a release, they will have something as a return.
We can still have questions under the live stream on Twitter or something, or on Blue Sky or anything like that. I think we've delivered on a few things here. You've actually published the repository.
Oh yeah, that's a plus,
unprepared.
right?
We promised that we'll be unprepared, and we were exactly that. And yeah, like, it was lighthearted. That's
yeah,
great.
I mean, I will have to figure the problem, but I will figure it and I will let you know, guys. But yeah, I mean, next time maybe you share the screen. Maybe you share the screen so I can have a bit more relax, because now I'm just making myself look stupid and you guys are chilling. So how about we flip the table next time?
It's
fine.
It's normal thing.
We'll make Mike Pierzchała share the screen next time. Thanks everyone for joining, and thanks for 480 people to stick with us.
Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot.
480. That's great.
Yeah. So see, Twitter X is back. Looks like it, because a lot of people are watching us on X, which is, I guess, quite awesome.
Actually, 470 on X, and then like 10 people on YouTube. Yeah.
See,
only 10
so
people
I guess
on YouTube and 470 on X.
It clearly says where should we do it next? Unless it's 485 bots and 3
Let's
people.
Just do it everywhere.
If anybody's on X still, maybe they can write something on the chat before we drop whatever, just a dot or this.
Or Mike, maybe we can have Dan write a live stream to Blue Sky in 2 weeks. So we
Does it
can
have
stream-
does it have live streaming?
Not yet,
I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Probably not.
but it is an open source project. So maybe we can have someone from this live stream contribute to it.
I mean, you could probably build something on ad protocol to support it, but yeah, that's you can add that to your project.
You can add
list.
that to your list, Mike.
Yeah.
I hate those exceptions. I already think about fixing them, but anyway, the repo is public, so this is good. And now I just have to fix it, which I will do, and I will post about later.
Yeah.
Cool. No.
Let's wrap up. Thanks everyone. Thank you guys. It's been a pleasure, and like see you next time on unprepared live stream about open source and like other projects.
Yeah. So
Exactly.
when are we doing it next time? In 2 weeks?
Probably 2 weeks. Yeah,
We'll
that
see.
seems like a good cadence.
We'll see.
I
So,
may do some stupid stuff on Monday. If you guys want to join me, I'll be outside of Poland, so I just need to get my microphone up. But maybe when I release Fast.io, either today or tomorrow, something like that, maybe we can do a live Q&A and a bit of sort of discussion around it on Monday when it actually works. So if you can go and set up your project, so just click run, and then we have 100% awareness of it being okay, then I would say maybe we should do a short Q&A. But it's just my idea. So if you don't join, it's all right.
yeah,
it's
cool.
gonna be
Just
just
let
mine.
us know.
That's what I call public accountability. Make promises and we have to stick to them.
And then maybe deliver.
Yeah, I mean that would be also nice.
Cool. Are we wrapping up right now?
Yeah, we are.
Yes,
Thanks.
let's
I'm
call it
clicking the
a
button.
day.
See ya, everyone. Mike, can you drop your Twitch channel name? Ah,
No, all the channels that I mentioned are gone, and I'm no longer doing lifestyle. So the only channel you can hear me is this one, and we can talk about tech.
Callstack Engineers on
Exactly.
Only
and Blue Sky.
only coding now.
Exactly.
Okay. See ya. Thank you.
Bye.
Clicking the button.
Bye-bye.
Actually clicking the button.
Oh, I have to click it.
Click it. Where is